So did any of you get a chance to try some of the problems?
Yes, I started with the Titanic dataset. I didn't went to that naive base or SBM, nothing like that. But I reached pre-processing. I finished the pre-processing and stopped.
Very good. Very good.
Uh, I had actually one doubt mainly.
Mhm.
Filling that missing data. Apart from median, what are the other methods we can do? Like cabin, any other methods we can try out.
So the thing is, we have a lot of flexibility in what we want to try out and how we want to try out, and there is no standard rule. So uh, normal options are median, mean, mode, depending upon how much value is missing, and then sometimes data, like other parts of the data, gives hints on some part of the data. So if we can use that idea also, that is also good enough. So you see, maybe one thing to remember is whenever we are trying to fill with missing values, uh, the value that we are trying to fill is not very important. Okay. Why? Because anyways, we are trying to guess. We don't really know what is the actual missing data. The whole idea is whatever value that we will put should not disturb other parts of the model or should not disturb this feature. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Okay.
but
And
cases like fair embarkment and all, around 3 or 4 variables only missing. So whatever we feel doesn't make sense. It's okay. But the cabin, around 300, 400 variables was missing.
so you see, even with 300, 400 variables missing, you want to fill a value that will be within your boundary ranges. Okay. Means, I'm giving an example. Uh, let's say there are only 3 cabins available, A, B, and C. Okay. And there are 1,000 examples of that. Okay. And from those 1,000 examples, we have missing 300. So 700 examples you have of A, B, and C. Okay. Now, the fourth value, the 300 that you want to fill with missing, fill the missing values. Can we take D?
No, it's outside.
Okay. No. Okay. Let me take another example. Instead of A, B, and C, it is A, C, and E. Now, can we take B?
Still no. Sometimes maybe if there is a pattern we can, if we observe, we can, or else no.
Right. So you see, it is uh, now it is maybe sometimes it is possible to take some value in between. The whole idea is whatever value that you're trying to fill should not be outside the ranges. That is criteria one. Okay. Second criteria is it should not be overpowering your actual data. The 300 values that we will try to fill should not overpower the value of A, C, and E, because A, C, and E are true values. Okay. And probably the last point that I want to make in this is the reason that we are filling with missing values is because that sample has other parts of useful data which is not missing, and we don't want to skip that.
One small doubt. Instead of NA cab, if why can't we create a new cabin like D and keep it? In a way, it doesn't make sense. How to say that?
Mhm.
So let it be unknown itself. Even if we get that D in the output, like when we predict also, if we get some part of that, still we can understand that it is an unknown quantity because of that this is happening.
Sure, we can do that.
Okay.
So the thing is, just as I said, it doesn't really matter. There are several different options that we can take, or several different options that we can discuss. Okay? The only criteria is it should not, you understand, right? It should not be dominating over your data set, because you don't want an assumed value to drive your data into different results. The main reason is I don't want to lose those 300 rows, because those 300 rows has other important information, right? Uh, again, depends upon my data. So if my data was like maybe 1 lakh, then these 300 rows I would easily delete, no problem. But in this case, our data is just 891. If you delete those 300, you're losing like what, 30-40% of your data, which is huge. So that you don't want to lose that data, you want to populate something within it, and that population should not affect other parts. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe Anand, you can share your screen. Let us see your approach, and maybe if you have questions, we can discuss.
Let me open that. You're able to see.
Yes, we are able to see.
I had just one more doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not this one, not this one, not this one. Yes. If we don't group this and just do stratify, if we if that each person we compress it to 0 to 1 and use that in the model, what will be its effect?
Okay. Does someone want to answer regarding Stratify? The first part of the question. Srinivas or Sonam ma'am, and maybe the second part we can again see. So let me rephrase what Anand is telling is, instead of grouping or binning by providing ranges, can we use Stratify? Is that your thing?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to attempt answering, Srinivas or Sonam? Okay, then let me try. Stratify is not for this, Anand. Stratify is what I remember our discussion from Stratify is when we were doing our train test split function, we can give a Stratify option, and the Stratify option will ensure that the splits that we are doing with have equal percentage of the variable that we are passing. So we stratify with y, so that we have like our test set and train set are representative options. They should both have same percentage.
Yeah, equal number of splitting.
Here we may not be able to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
And the second part was,
if we didn't do grouping, what will be its effect?
No problem. That would also work fine. So what we're doing is, if we don't do grouping, the idea is your model will have to learn how to group. Does that make sense? Wait, let me tell you. So far we have not seen. One of the algorithms we know of classification is decision trees, right? And you see, in decision tree, we have not seen how will it handle a continuous variable. We have seen categorical how it will handle, but continuous variable we have not seen, right? So when we pass a continuous variable like this to your decision tree, it will have to choose boundary marks that will divide it into categories. Okay. So how it chooses the boundary marks, maybe it may not use our understanding of what we understand by age. It is an algorithm, right? An algorithm, uh, it will do something. It will divide that into groups. But by this feature engineering, by grouping it together, we are providing some information from our end into the model. If we don't do that, I think that is also fine. So we have to actually, to see the true result, we have to keep everything same and just change this, create two models, one in which age we are binning, other in which age we are not binning. Okay. And when we do these two, we can compare and see how well or how good or how bad the model is doing. But generally, the idea would be like this. If we have time, okay, and if the data is less, uh, and if we can take a lower level feature to a higher level feature. So this lower level feature means age is a lower level feature. If we take it high level, we are putting it as young, adult, this becomes high level. So if we put high level data, generally the model will do good. But again, it depends upon case to case. It may actually happen that it may not do good also. We have to verify.
So normally, what is the thumb rule? Like how many groups?
There is no thumb rule as such. uh, I would want to keep 5 to 6 groups or something, not more than that. Again, it depends on data also. So let's say okay, I was working on a problem earlier. I think I've put the problem what is that, heart disease prediction. Okay.
Yes,
So,
gathered.
so when you look at that and you plot age with disease and no disease, you can see that clearly around age 50 and higher,
Ah, yes.
you have high chance of prediction, high chance of having heart disease. When 50 and less, you have less chance of prediction. So in that case, even two groups will be do good for me, below 50 and above 50.
Same here.
Same
If
here
the
also.
range is between this and this,
Yes.
death cases are high.
Right. So here also we can maybe make three case groups. Okay. One is maybe below 20, 20 to 35, and then above 35. That is also fine.
Yes, I group kept here also one group from here everything.
Right. Right. We can do it accordingly. We just have to. So in one sense, now we need a method where we can evaluate uh, just the change. Just by changing one feature, like one idea like this, how is our score changing? Okay.
Yeah.
Here now, see, we are doing it everything in one group, right? If you see in heart disease prediction, I used something called as pipelines. So the idea with pipelines is once you make a pipeline, it is easy to play around with options. We just have to add that one line in the pipeline or not to see which method we are using. So I think pipelines can help us in at least evaluating our options, which option is better or not.
Okay.
Okay. Uh,
So actually I reached
mhm.
this part.
Okay.
The clean data. Till this I understood some pretty good.
Mhm.
Uh, and one more thing, how we normally do scale that. When you explained her disease, you said it's better if we scale all the parameters in 0 to 1. So if there
Right.
is a bigger number in that, it might take higher priority.
Right. Right.
Uh, I thought Stratify is something for that.
No, no, stratify is for dividing that into groups. For scaling, here in this case, actually we need not scale because see all the values are very close to each other.
Each
Like,
other, yes.
but let's say you want to scale. We did scaling in heart disease prediction, right? Uh, Maybe
Mm,
let's try it here also. There are two ways. One is you want to do it yourself, or you want to use scikit-learn's methods.
Psychiatrists with that.
Okay, so let's use scikit-learn methods. In a new cell, you can write from scikit-learn from sklearn dot preprocessing. No, from sklearn dot preprocessing. Import.
Okay.
Write capital S and tab. It will be standard scalar. Press a tab.
I'm pressing tab. Nothing is
Seriously?
coming. Yes.
Okay. Just write preprocess. Yeah, it has come.
Ah, okay. It is taking some time.
Yeah, it is taking some time. Okay,
Okay.
standard scalar is good. Now create a copy of it. So write std, maybe write std underscore scl is equal to, no, not copy of it, means
Okay. Okay. Okay.
std underscore scl, whatever name you want to give,
Yeah.
is equal to standard scalar open close bracket. Enter. Now your data you have already divided into what do you say?
Groups.
No, the x and y.
X and Y. Test data and train data.
No, not test data and train data. X and Y are your uh, features that you want to put to your model, and Y is the target variable.
Cross validation of no. I have not done all that.
So maybe you can do this now. So actually, since I think you've just started this notebook, so 1 and 2 means you don't have test and train. You have to run all the files, all the
Okay.
lines till now. What you can do is just go to kernel, restart and run. Anand, next time when you make the notebook, now you can also write comments.
Yeah, I understood.
That it will be useful actually, because see now maybe even now as we are discussing, learning some new things. If you note down a comment, then later on you can come here and take from this. So one good idea that I also use quite often is, if I have written a code sometime in any of the projects in the past, I will not write it again new. I will just go to that project. I remember which project I've worked what. I just copy the code from there and modify it for my new application. That is, your code gave an error somewhere. That is why it is stopped. Go up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now go down. Till the time you have numbers, it is here.
P1, P2, P3 class.
Yeah, your variable names are class 1, class 2, class 3, and your
Yeah.
in that here. No, not there, not there. Inside your line df is equal to pd data frame. That variable will be class 1, class 2, class 3, because that is what you're storing no? In equal to.
Yeah.
Now you can do it yourself. Okay, so now we have just write train dot head. Okay, excellent. So these are all your x values, right? And just write, I think target, just go a few lines up. You must have taken a variable in target.
Test also. Nothing
Which
else.
is drop. You have dropped everything. Target you have made earlier. Just go up.
Not target I made.
When did
I
you when did
I
you drop
played with
survived?
train and test. Nothing else.
Okay, go down. Acha, you have survived inside only, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That survived we have to remove into Y, and this P class, sex, age, fare, cabin, embark, title, family will be Y. Will be X. So
Yeah,
what you
we
can
had
do
to
is, you can,
pop survival, right?
yes, survived. Y is equal to train dot pop small y. That is the it is the,
Okay.
what do you say, convention. And capital X is equal to maybe train. That's it. Just see what X and Y is. That should be capital X.
Mm.
Okay, this is fine. And Y. No, you may not be able to do Y dot head. Okay, Y dot fine. Okay, this is fine. Anand, you've taken the variable small x. Maybe now it is fine, but generally the convention is capital X. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now we want to do scaling on this. We already created standard scaler. Write that capital STD underscore scale. You can do a tab.
Okay.
No, I think it is
Mm.
STD dot fit, and then pass X comma Y. I think just X should be fine. Just pass X, right enter, control enter. Okay, I think it has already fit it. You can do, instead of fit, you can do fit underscore transform.
Okay. Is it?
Fit underscore transform. Now execute it. Yes. So this is your scaled versions, okay, of everything.
Now this is a pandas framework.
No, this is NumPy array.
NumPy array. Okay.
So scikit-learn, it always works on NumPy. So even when you pass pandas, the first step it will do is it will convert that into NumPy and then use that for the next parts of the code.
If I want to check its mean, I can't use discard.
No, you cannot use this flag, but you can copy this. Let's copy this into some variable. Uh, like say capital X, or again X preprocessed or X processed is equal to something. There only you could have done, but anyways. Go. Now say X. So this is NumPy, right? So X underscore processed dot mean, and axis mean MEAN, and axis equal to 0. You can do execute. Right? So this is mean of each of the columns.
Okay.
So you see most of them are very close to 0. Okay? And you can also see standard deviation. So same x process dot std access 0. Okay. Srinivas and Sonam, please feel free to ask questions on this dataset as well. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how you would do scaling. Once the scaling is done, you can then pass it to your features, your
Apart from
models.
standard scaling, what all other methods are there?
So one more other method is normalization. It's called min-max scaling. So just write next to import standard scaler, write comma, give a space, write capital N, capital M, press tab, is min-max scaler. Acha, see there is another max absolute scaler, but I used min-max scaler. These are the two standard scaling that we have. Go down and run again. Like same like standard scaler, we do the process for min-max scaler also.
Okay.
Maybe you can merge the what do you say? Uh, Merge multiple cells into one cell, join the cells. So I think the code for that is select multiple cells and you can click on edit and join. The idea is if you keep this together, then you can directly copy and paste for.
I'm not able to select multiple
Uh,
cells.
uh, just press escape.
Escape.
Now press shift and press the up arrow key. Okay, so this here
Okay.
is selecting multiple cells. Then go to edit, merge cells. Yeah, merge cells above is fine. Did merge? Oh, it merged only that one part. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, for this, for splitting a cell, I know what the code is. Maybe we can do a quick Google search to find what it is. For splitting, you just have to keep your cursor in between the two lines. Let's say you are in cell 51.
Second.
Yeah,
I'll just try once more.
yeah, try. That is split.
Okay, sorry.
No, some mess happened.
Okay. Undo is not available here.
No, undo is for cell. Each cell, a different undo will be there.
Okay,
But
so
for like overall, there is no undo. Anyways, it's okay. Delete the cell above 51, the train head that is not useful. To delete the entire cell, what we can do is go
shift
up.
DD, escape DD.
Yeah, escape DD. So these two you can merge. Oh no, X is gone, right? Oh no, X is down. X is down. So you can merge 40, 41, 42 together. Just copy and paste for now. While in the meantime, while you're doing that, let me go to Google and check how to merge cells.
Sorry.
Shift plus M will merge.
That is for markdown, right?
No, no. In escape and M will go to markdown, and shift plus M is merge. Can you try that?
Yeah, escape shift plus L.
No, no, no. Just maybe go to 40. Escape. Escape. Yeah. Press shift plus M.
Shift M.
M. Shift M. Yeah, it has merged the cell, right?
Yes, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think you have to do one at a time or what? I'm not sure. Can you try multiple?
I'll try here. Shift M.
Good. So
Did we miss
you
anything?
you can do multiple also. No. It just deleted your output.
Yeah.
So that line is not important now. Yes, you can remove that line. Standard scale dot fit transform x. The where your cursor is, the line above that. It was just testing, right?
Should we write in another cell?
You can so to write. See, from there only, if you want to split a cell, just write shift, control, and minus. Not happening.
Nothing happening.
Shift, control, and minus. It should happen. Anyways, it's okay. Split it. Let me check for that part also. So some commands are different in Mac and this.
Yes.
Control shift will. It is saying same thing. Control shift minus will split the cell in two where the cursor is. Control shift minus.
I went to edit and did that.
That's okay. Now, yes. So in this cell, you just copy and paste instead of standard scalar. Write min max scalar. That x and y are not required. You can use the same thing.
Here.
No, capital M.
This is enough.
Yes, you can remove that x and y also. X head, y head. Right. Execute this. You will see mm underscore SCL.
Underscore SCL.
That is the name, and here down here use mm.fit. Small. Okay. Yes, so see, these are scaled. Now, if you look the mean and okay, you have to copy that into X preprocessed something, and then look at mean and.
This I have to save to some variable, right?
Yes, this you have to shape to some variable.
Okay. Underscore X. Okay. For Y, we don't have to do anything, right?
No, you don't have to do anything. So you will have different means that is expected. Your standard deviation will. So here what you should see is you see your min value and max value. Your min value will be 0 for all of them, and max value for all of them will be 1. Right? Copy and paste that cell 55, and instead of mean, replace to min.
Standard deviation, right?
No, min, min, minimum value. Okay, see all minimum is 0, and if you see max, all maximum is. So min max scaling just transforms it to. So min max scaling is also called as normalization, and standard scaling is called standardization or Z score scaling.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Do you have any other questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Can you scroll up? Let me see your approach.
I don't use anything new. I just understood what you were doing and using almost same.
Okay. So while explaining to you guys, I realized some mistakes that I have done. Like for example, even family size, I converted that into some other variable.
Total family number.
And I think changing into groups of 0.4 may not be required. We can directly pass it as it is.
Where is the family?
Even this one partner, fair.
Yes. One small doubt.
Hmm.
You are adding +1 to everything. Even if it didn't add +1, it remains same, right? For the
Yes,
model.
yes, it remains. So the purpose of this adding +1 is I'm including the person who
Person,
we are
yeah.
calculating for also this. But
Yeah.
even if you don't do it, it is fine.
Yeah, it's for everyone. So
It is just constant because we are not interested in absolute value. We are interested in the variation of value. Okay, so that is one thing. Even this cabin mapping A to 0, B 2.4, C 2.8, I think we could have used one hot encoding. So have we discussed one hot encoding?
which one?
We have not discussed one hot encoding so far.
No. I
Okay.
don't remember. Can others answer for that?
Yeah. So Srinivas is saying no. Maybe
Okay.
I'll discuss right now. Anand, can I take control of your screen?
Mm.
I will. Oh no, present
Oh,
your
okay.
screen. Yeah. I will request control.
Yeah, I thought you want to present.
How do I request control?
Leja, you might got.
Okay. Okay. My no, I'm just viewing. I'll request again. You accept it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let me also do head again. Okay. So here we have P class, sex, age, fair, cabin. Okay. So cabin before we measured it actually we could do something. So let us go back. And where did we miss it? Yeah, this is where we did some trouble, right? Okay. So maybe I want to run all the cells from beginning to here. That's not all. So I just
Yeah, is
purpose
there any method to stop, like keep a stop pause point?
see what I'm doing now. I'm purposely creating an error here
Okay.
so that it will like when I run everything, it cannot run after this point. But I don't know of any breakpoint or something. Actually, Jupyter Notebooks is not meant for doing systematic code. It is just meant for exploration. So when you want to do systematic code, you will graduate to Python, like writing in your Notepad or IDE and so on. So, anyways, we have done so far. Let me rectify this again. And now we have train. Okay. Okay, Kevin has some missing values also. You are filling the Kevin missing values with this. Okay. Okay. Let us see how many missing values. Kevin has. So actually, at this point, we should drop Kevin. There is no point on populating Kevin.
Mm.
Because out of 891, 687 is not there, which is like more than 60-70% of the data is not present. Even if we try to populate, we will mess things up. Okay, best thing to do is remove it. But let's say for now we are not removing, we want to do something with this. Let us see what is the value counts. Okay, your system is slow. Let us write this again. If we do value counts, we have this. So we have already taken the first character.
Okay. Yeah, I have taken just one step.
Okay. So CBD, it's more or less a neat mix. and we populated that using class array. It's a cabin fill dot a with this. Let us do this also. Okay. Sorry. While doing copy, I am doing Command C, and on a Windows system, it should do Control C.
Control C. Yeah.
No numeric types to aggregate. Okay, so we cannot take median. We have to take mode. And mode is not defined naturally. So we have to take, let's say we'll do it ourselves. We'll take the most common value within this group. So one sad fact is Pandas does not inbuilt have a mode function. You can do median and everything else. For mode, you have to call, there's another function, there's another library called as SciPy. And from SciPy's methods, we have to call mode. So here we'll do maybe dot count. So P class and Kevin. Okay. What are we doing? Okay. Okay. So I think the agenda what we want to do here is we will find for a particular P class which is the most common Kevin, and after doing that, when we see that okay something is missing. So for someone Kevin is missing, we'll go to that corresponding. We'll see if they have P class, and for that P class, what is the common Kevin? We have to populate that. That is the task, right?
Yeah.
So let us uh, group by P class and the Kevin. Let me execute this. Okay. For P class 1, the most common Kevin
C.
is C. For 2, it is F. And for 3, it is F. Okay, so 2 and 3, it is F. Only for 1, it is C. Okay. So, okay, do we have a mode function? Let's try.
I think they have only data of class 1 or 2 and 3.
For what?
Class 2 and class 3
Kevin data
almost
is
yeah,
missing.
missing.
Right. Anyways, we'll put here accordingly. So fill NA group by. What we want to do is we want to fill missing values with different criteria. Uh, okay. Okay. I really want to do mode here, but I'm not able to. I think there is a transform apply option. Can we do a quick Google search?
Yeah.
It's to group by categorical. So it says dot agg aggregate, and we are calling the SciPy method. Okay, we'll do that.
What is the purpose of that line? I didn't get it.
So I think aggregate is again. I think what this is when there is no method that we want, default pandas, we call the aggregate method, and here we are defining the lambda method. So I think it is like transform. We'll try one more thing. After let us try this and see. If this does not work out, we'll try one more thing and see how it is.
Okay.
From SciPy, import stats. And mode of so it has taken okay. So it has taken mode of the entire your total all values, not
Okay. They
for
didn't group it.
not for class 1, class 2, and class 3 separate. Then aggregate based on this. No? Okay. Let us sorry. Let's copy this. Take one more. And maybe can I just take group of this? This creates this path. I have to do more here now. Okay. Let's take this into some variable group. And we'll take group, and from group we can access to vars of group so that I can see what are the internal variables that we can play around with. So we have multi-index, and then we have, so within items we have multi-index. That's it. Do we have something in values? Okay. Let's try to access something. If we do grp0, we get 15. So this first value it has given. If I do grp1, okay, grp1 is this entire thing. Okay, and grp2. Okay, grp1, 2, 3 is what we're interested in. Right? Okay. Now for 1, what I want is the highest value here. So 1 is a series in which the index is this. So dot values. Oh, this is the series is what I expected. Okay. So this gives us the max value for this one. If we had not done this, let's say, and for a group, we cannot directly do something. Okay, it's complicated to do automatically.
Okay.
So see, this part we are able to find by putting 1, 2, or 3. What is the mode for this one? So if I put 2, we will get the mode for passenger class 2, which is
Maybe
F.
instead of X, if you do for loop.
Then we can get for each case. But after we have gotten that, we want to do fill NA, right? So let me copy this. Maybe let me take a copy of trained into something that we don't mess it up. Let's say train temp is equal to train.copy. Now we can play on train temp. So what I want to do is I don't want to fill all values of missing values with some value, right? I want to do it individually. So here what we can do is maybe let's delete this part. Just choose a subset in which uh, we have all p class 1. Okay,
Mhm.
does that make sense? We want all
Yeah,
k1s of p class 1.
each group you are selecting. Yeah.
So for that we need rows. We can put, let's just do the first part. Let's do train temp, where train temp p class is equal to 1. So this is all rows in which just p class is 1. Okay. Now for this we want only k-bin value. Okay. And then if we do dot fill in with this thing here.
Group 1.
Group 1. And if you want to do it for all, now I can easily define a for loop for I in range 1 to 4, and we can replace this with I. Okay, I think we are coding too much. I think if we search, we should find a function which will take care of all of this. But anyways, let me execute this. Yes, I think we have dealt with all missing values now. So we have to do in place is equal to true.
What that will do?
So what it will do is it says now what it does now, it runs this and it returns to us a data frame. But since we are not capturing the data frame anywhere, that analysis is gone.
Okay.
So either we do train temp is equal to this one, or we do in place is equal to true. So it is like just update the same variable.
Okay.
So when we executed this, Let us run this. Oh, still some trouble. A value is trying to be set on a copy of a slice on the data frame. Okay, let it be. We'll do the long method. Here, P class. Should it be capital C for class?
No, it will be there because last time it ran properly.
P class. So what is the error there? It's telling key error P class. Let me run this again. What is the trouble? Oh, why?
Okay, something messed up. Right?
Now it seems fine. Okay. When we copy it, it is changing that cell. So in fact, what we want to do is this new copy should come into K1. See, there are three loops, right? The first loop changes train time into a series. Then in the next loop, train time is not a data frame anymore.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Then there's no P class.
Then there is no P class. That is why it is getting P class error. So copy, run. Now it is fine. If we do this, yes. So we have to see, not everything is gone. We reduced our number. So only P class 1 problems got. Oh, but they should have done for
It's
all.
a for loop. Yeah.
So maybe, I'm not sure. P class is there for all. Not sure.
Can you find that grouping again? The next line.
Correct. We'll do that. We have to do it for train time.
Class 3.
Oh, everything has become class 3. And there is some trouble here. Okay, just to see if we are doing well, let us take this part. So this is fine. Okay. Uh, okay, Anand, I'll look into this,
Yeah.
and maybe our approach is also not right. We should ideally, the thing is, when we are spending so much time in coding, generally what I feel is there must be some
Python
package
has
somewhere
already. Yeah.
which already does something like this. If we just do some research, that will be a full solution for later also. So I'll do that, and we'll discuss this in probably next class. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Sure.
Maybe we can stop for now. The idea is, you just see, even with things that we understand, we are spending so much time just to get in data preprocessing. So that was one of the points earlier, right? So data preprocessing takes 80% or 90% of our project duration. The other parts are really easy, machine learning and other parts. But we have to deal with it. There is no solution.
Yeah.
Okay. Srinivas, do you have to add something?
Sorry?
Do you want to add something?
No.
Okay. Okay. Then we'll continue with maybe linear regression on Wednesday. If you have any progress on any of the notebooks, we can discuss that. And let's try to keep one target, that at least one data set in 1 week, so that over a period of time, this knowledge will keep on accumulating. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay then. Take care. Bye bye.